Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the speckled bird, and to all the Israelites who look like the heathen nations, and peace and salutations to all the brothers that are out there on the highways and byways doing the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and trying to wake up the elect in these last days. I just want to do a quick little video. It's not gonna be long. On this that article that I had, kind of seen, and y'all can see what it says, man. It's not gonna get any better. It's gonna continually get worse, right? And I'm gonna read this. It says, even the mainstream media is warning us that more trouble is ahead for the U.S. economy. Hey, more trouble is ahead, Um, and I want to get the scripture in Ecclesiastes. This is a classic scripture, by now. Because, a lot of people, man, they, whether they want to believe it or not, they can't see a future in this place, man. The psychological damage, in the minds of these people, it's already done. It's already damaged, from the pandemic, and from these plays that's been going on. People already are trained to be a certain way, to wear the mask and to do what they're told, because they're sheeple, you know. So, and now they're starting to pull restrictions back and things like that, but you still got the truckers in Canada protesting, and I heard something about that they were lifting the restrictions after they were protesting. But even if you have things ease off a little bit, or things lighten up, hey, there's still the Lord's will that this place be destroyed and that there be all out chaos on the earth, man. It's gonna happen. There's food shortages, prices of food is constantly raising by the day. What else? You got gas prices rising, so don't expect the man who is in power, the red man, Esau, the nation of Edom, just because they say these restrictions are over and things like that, best believe they got something else up their sleeve. They got something hiding behind the curtain. But I'm going to read this in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. It says, remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. You see that? So as an Israelite, because the Lord ain't dealing with the other nations, and really, he ain't even dealing with all of Israel right now. He's only dealing with the remnant and the elect. It's only the elect is going to be saved of the nation of Israel. You got 2/3 of our people, which the Israelites are the so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans. Those are the Israelites according to the Bible. If you're new and you're watching this, we're supposed to remember the Lord, man. We're supposed to remember His ways. Remember Yahushua, the Messiah, the name of the Messiah. His name is not Jesus, who the world ignorantly calls him, and who you call God. His name is Yahweh. Those are the true, authentic names that they've always had, and they always will have, and won't change. But we're supposed to remember the Creator, man. Because, there's going to be a time to where the Lord's not going to have no mercy on anybody. It's going to seem like it's going to get that bad. It's going to be like all these movies that you've ever seen combined in one. But even then, it's going to be, you're going to be living it. So it ain't going to be a movie. And it's going to be something that it's going to fall you living in a fairy tale once you actually experiencing it. It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the clouds or stars be not darkened, nor the clouds will turn after the rain. So the sun and the light and the moon, those are all, lights, that the Lord has created. But it also symbolizes the wisdom and knowledge, before. Because, during that time, when there's time of all evil happening on the earth, man, you're not going to be able to read the Bible. You ain't going to have time to do that, There's not going to be no internet. There's not going to be no power. You're not going to be able to reach the men of the Lord, man. They're going to be, hey, the Lord's going to have them protected somewhere, It ain't, and you ain't going to be able to preach. It's going to be too bad anyway. But in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, right? Who's the keeper of the house? Esau, the so-called white man. And strong men shall bow themselves. You see that, and a lot of these CEOs of these big companies, hey, they bow down themselves, man. It's like when when you bow down after you like finish a play or something like that. It's like basically you like you letting them know that you done, you did your work. Like a lot of these Edomites, man, that's stepping down from these big companies. Hey, why are they doing that? Because they know what's about to happen. They know what's about to come. They know the economy is about to collapse. They know that they're gonna usher in the MOTB, the grain and rice, the chip. They know these things are coming. They know that missiles are gonna be shot over here. So that a lot of these Edomites, these big companies, you know, they got bunkers on these islands in remote areas that you can't go, you don't have access to. These days is close. It's upon us. You know, it says, "And the grinders shall cease because they are few." Right, the grinders are the workers, the jobs, and those look out the windows be darkened. You see that? And that's looking into the future. You try. When you look out the window, you looking ahead, right? You know, there's no future in this place. You know, that's why the mainstream news is telling you that more trouble is ahead. But aren't they also saying that what's it called is over? Right? Ain't they saying that? See, you can't trust him. And this is on Instagram and whatnot, but it's an authentic page that I follow. It's very authentic and it's original, because all the news that it has on here is all true, you know, you know. I want to show y'all something else that I have seen. Yep. See, it says the stage has now been set for a complete and total economic collapse. And it has. You know, a lot of these jobs and businesses, mainly people that own businesses, so called, closed down. So a lot of stores and the businesses that are open, now after the so called pandemic or whatever, are like your main businesses that the government owns, like Walmart, Kroger, or Home Depot, or stores that Esau owns that don't nobody private own. You know, um, it says, I'm gonna get verse 4. It says, "And the doors shall be shut in the streets, and when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up to the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low." You see that? So you know, you know, you can't trust these people, man. They know because they are the ones that set it up like this. They know that um their own economy is collapsing because they're causing the collapse. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shah, he's making them do this. You know, the scriptures say, he that diggeth a pit shall fall there, and they're digging a pit, but they're gonna fall in it. They're gonna be destroyed by their own devices. I'm probably gonna get that. This is Psalms 5 verse 21. It says, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His his words were softer than oil, but yet there were drawn swords." You see that? And like I said, I don't know if there's an article on them basically, on that page and whatnot, of them saying that the Crown Royale is, easing back and they're lifting the restrictions. But that's what they're doing right now. They're saying now that you ain't gotta get the jab, you ain't gotta get the poke, you know. And they were pushing this for 2 years, and now all of a sudden they're easing back. And they were just saying, like, well, I would say last week, that they were pushing for people to get their booster shots, and they were saying that you're gonna have to get three or four shots every 3 months or something stupid. And now all of a sudden it don't even make sense. Let's get this in the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 8. These people, they don't know they left from their right, man. James chapter 1 and verse 8. It says, "A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways." You see that? So the point is, don't expect these people, man, to basically um don't expect it to get better, man. You know, expect it to get worse. The Lord said He came to send a vision. Don't expect it to get better at all. Expect it to get worse and worse. Like I said, so when they tell you it's gonna be good, hey, it's gonna be the complete opposite. Let's get this in the book of Thessalonians. First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, and shall veil upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." You see that? And I'm about to close out. Probably can get like one more scripture or two. Let's get to verse 4. It says, "The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The hot people of the earth do languish." Let's get verse 10. It says, "The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in." You see that? It's broken down, man. Let's get Revelation 12 and verse 12. Then I'm going to close out. It says, "Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time." And they know that they had but a short time. That's why this whole pandemic stuff was even started in the first place. Now they're easing restrictions, but it's about to get worse, man. Hey, Elder Apostle Tahar, according to this year, the year to turn up, we know, us in the shoe, we know for sure that this stuff is not over. And a lot of people are starting to realize that they have been duped. So anything else that Esau tries to pull, that they will pull it and they will accomplish it to a certain extent. These people are going to rebel, man. And that's prophecy, man, that you're going to have that sedition amongst men. All hell will break loose. But I'm going to close out. All praises to you. How about Shah by Shimon Kakadash? And double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. And peace and salutations unto the elect, and to the speckled bird, and to all the Israelites who like the heathen nations. And I'm going to end it off. Why above the bar, Shalom.